talk about power today. How not to give your precious, beautiful power away. You could call it your light, your energy, your health, your centeredness, your peacefulness, your calmness, how you feel. It's about reclaiming your power, your light, your energy from the outside world, which is really everything to do with being in our presence and our isness, and not getting caught up in things, not getting caught up and starting to understand where you are getting still caught up in things maybe, because all along this journey, what I've found is, we go through layer after layer after layer of our old mental conditioning, and there tends to be a lot of areas, unless you feel completely overjoyed and blissed out, you might be giving your power away. So, power. I really think that power, the way I'm describing this, is sort of the core of human struggles, right? Sometimes, as humans, all of us have probably at some point in time given our power away to the outside world, to finances, to our job, to survival, to appearances, how we're perceived, how we're received, to what's going on in the world, all these things. What I want to bring this to today is really focus on other people, because it's probably the most common and complex part of where we give our power away. The first thing to mention is just the dynamics. Like, we've all heard about being present and being here now, not reacting, being of and as your true essence, which is pure isness, your creator essence, your spirit, your soul. It's isness. We'll call it your highest form, which is not form, is consciousness. But even beyond that, we'll say your universal beingness is pretty much isness. Everything just is, without good, bad, right, wrong, reactions, yada, yada. Okay, kind of coming back to that. The importance of that, or I'd say this power thing really highlights the importance of staying in your isness and your presence and your awareness and not reacting to other people. Because every time we react to somebody, and we react, and we will say, we buy into that reaction, we grasp onto it, and we identify with it, and we go with it. It's like taking a chunk of your energy or your light and giving it to that other person, spoon feeding them a little morsel of your energy. If you've ever seen anybody who, I'm sure you all have seen this person somewhere in life, who enjoys poking at people, just enjoys pissing people off. Why do you suppose that is? Just kind of likes to stir the pot, ruffle feathers, pick fights, maybe they take little jabs. They call it sarcasm, but they're really being an asshole. Well, why is that? Because if you have the power to affect somebody's thoughts or feelings, you actually get to claim a little bit of their light, and then you feel puffed up and powerful, right? So, why would we want to give, if you got somebody doing that in your life, do you want to feed them, or do you want to pull the plug and say, no more, I'm keeping all this light for myself? Because when you do hand out all these little triscuits, these little treats, your body starts to get depleted, your physical health declines. Wherever it shows up in your body, it's different for everyone. It's not like, if you do this is, it could be anywhere. So you might feel tired, you might feel depleted that way, but you might also feel more scattered, overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out, angry, irritable. I know that one pretty well. I lived on irritation for a lot of my life. And it's funny because we can get a little bit addicted to this, because that fuel, then you feel powerful. It's like somebody's taking your power because they had the ability to affect how you feel. they had the ability to manipulate and control you to feel a certain way. And then you kind of feel depleted and powerless. And now if I feel really angry, I feel powerful again. So it can be a very addicting cycle. And it can really, feel like fuel and like you're rebalancing the scales of power. Unfortunately, those scales just keep wobbling and wobbling, and you feel wobbly, and that perpetuates until you stop giving your power away. So this doesn't have to be with anger. There could be big victims in your life and they annoy you, okay? There could be somebody who's always complaining and they get on your nerves. Anyone who gets on your nerves, anything that has the ability to poke you, to make you react. Now they just had power over you. They just basically took control of your mind, your life, your energy, and that is like a suction, and they get to claim some of your light. So this obviously, like I said, highlights the importance of presence and awareness and not reacting. So when we're right here in our presence and our awareness and somebody comes along, maybe they're, putting down your outfit or something, or they're just talking some shit that you don't like hearing about. Rather than react when we breathe, it's the neutrality of the heart. It's the benevolence of your pure I am that I am essence. I won't go into this video about, you can see where it's coming from. You can tune into their creator source essence, which I always recommend, because suddenly you're gonna have compassion for them, or not, you're gonna find it more funny than annoying. But you stay right here and you breathe and you feel it. And you, if this has been going on, you're going to have some embodied emotion. So when I say we don't react, we don't respond, we don't give our power away, it does not mean that we suppress emotions, that you pretend to be okay when you're not okay, that you're like, oh, I'm so beyond this or whatever. There's a lot of confusion with that. I've noticed a lot of discussions about that, where people think that then you're being fake or you're, whatever. No, you actually stay here and you feel what you feel. So you feel that anger arise, you feel that irritation, you feel that dread, like, oh my God. You feel it all and you breathe through it, which can feel intense, right? But what you don't do is feed the story of it, right? You don't go, this person, they're always this, blah, blah, blah. God, I can't stand this. You don't react, you don't. And here's another trick. When you stay firmly, it's like putting a stake in the ground. I am that I am, okay? It's not putting a stake in the ground over here going, they're annoying, I can't stand this person, all these beliefs. It is, the stake becomes you as your presence. And you stand firm in that. And you breathe through it and you feel it and you refuse to react. And you're gonna feel all that embedded emotion within you arising and starting to dissolve. And the mind is not gonna probably like it. It's used to having its we'll say it's used to having its payback. It's like, I'm gonna take a punch back at you. It's used to getting back at them through its thoughts. That really doesn't get back at them. It only hurts you, okay? So you're gonna breathe through it, breathe and feel and breathe and feel and breathe and feel and stay right here. And if the mind is going nuts, it is what it is, and it's not about me. That's the important part. This has nothing to do with me. Why would I give away my health, my enjoyment, my happiness because of somebody else's behavior? Okay? And there was a point in your life where you could say attracted this. What? Who cares? This is where we transcend that, where we choose love. We choose to be in the fullness of our own beingness and joy, and to not give our power away anymore. So yeah, okay, we've had patterns in our lives, and all these people came in for a reason, and actually they're coming to you right now as a gift to poke you so that you can be done with this. So you can be done with it and not have it affect your life anymore. So as you're breathing and you're staying in your presence, maybe you're just letting it be what it is, and you're not reacting, yeah, you're going to feel all sorts of funky things. Great. The more you do this and the more you stay here, the more those old emotions dissolve. Okay? As they dissolve, the anger might turn into irritation, and then it might turn into mild annoyance, and then it might turn into indifference, and then it's like, yeah, whatever. Here we go again. Just keep breathing and feeling. As you're doing this, this is where I'll call it the true resolution happens. You could say healing or whatever words, doesn't matter. But it's like, as you're staying here, as I've said so many times, in your presence, in your isness, in your breath, without getting pulled into all these thoughts and stories, that awareness, it widens. It's like you're opening dimensionally. And now, here and there I'll say like, well, where's this really coming from? Why does this really bug me so much? Just show me. I'm commanding energy to show me, okay? But you let it go, you breathe, and then all of a sudden you might have a memory come up. It might be, when you were 3 years old and somebody was mean to you, and you learned that if you reacted in anger, that then you could get back at them, or it's like a belief that you created, a pattern, and all that emotion is tied to these things. And they just keep playing out over and over and over in our lives until we stop giving our power away, really, and let that energy dissolve. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you never do take action, not a reaction, but when you find that place of presence, of isness, of solidarity in yourself and your knowingness, and you're no longer like, rah, then you can say, things that I've said over the years now that kind of surprised me that my younger self was never able to say. It would be something like, every time I see you, you're saying things like, why do you say stuff like that? Just literally, like, why? Or, it seems like you're taking a jab here. Did I do something to offend you? Your ability to just resolve these things, it's much more mature. It's much more open, honest, calm. It's just very literally like going back to your isness. That's the beauty of isness. Instead of being emotionally charged, everything just is. So, okay, this person's acting this way. Why are you acting this way? Why would you say that? It almost sounds like you say that to get under my skin. Did I do something to upset you? Whatever. And you can just ask, because what you're doing now is almost like turning the energy tables, and they're gonna kind of be the ones where you were probably like this, like you're kind of trying to deflect and defend yourself and fight back or whatever. Now you're sort of turning the tables and saying, why do you act like this? Why do you say these things? Or, does it make you feel good to cut other people down, or whatever it might be? If you're, we'll talk like victim mentality. Well, if you're so upset about your life, like, why haven't you changed it? Would you like some suggestions on how to change it? Because I'll sit down with you, so you can actually take like a more productive approach. And actually, a lot of times the person who's doing that is acting so unconsciously. They're so in patterns that they don't even hear themselves anymore. It's almost like for a lot of people, it becomes a way. It's the only way that they even know how to be and communicate. And so maybe they go to their friend's house and they're, because that's just like the program that's running. And you kind of, hey, so why are you still doing that? I mean, have you looked at things you're going to do to change this? Do you want some help? Would you like to talk about it? And really, it doesn't sound like you're happy. So it's like you can actually take a productive approach with people and not react, right? So the important thing here is not letting other people affect your actions, your thoughts, your energy. And another thing that I see a lot is, let's use that same example, the first one of the kind of like the mean comments. Well, if you've got somebody like that in your life who, maybe it's it doesn't matter. It's like the tendency is for some people to withdraw, to shrink, to quiet down. we're not doing that. We're not shrinking. We're not pulling in. There's an energetic difference here. Like I said, you are standing firm in your breath and your presence. A lot of times there's these energy dynamics where somebody is the boisterous, loud, mean, overbearing, kind of overpowering person, and then everybody is sort of quiet in their presence. So the important thing is, as you stay here, it's like you're not going to contract or hide or shrink. You're not going to necessarily fight back. Maybe you will. Maybe if you've been quiet for so long, your first step in not giving your power away is to speak out. And maybe it does come out like this. But it's important to know that if somebody can cause you to shrink in fear, to contract, to hide, to close your mouth, that is also a big energy snack that you're giving them. They're feeding on you, okay? So don't shrink, don't hide, don't withdraw. Stay in your breath, stay in your presence. And maybe you just need to breathe for a while before you can speak out. Maybe you need to let those energies dissolve, like I said, as you breathe and feel and breathe and feel. You just feel it all. It starts to dissolve slowly away. And then you can speak more easily. So, the big scape of this power game, if you will, it really, you see it playing out right now in the world. It's, well, you've seen it playing out in the world since, forever. But it's very in our face right now in modern times with technology and media. And so, not to get into conspiracies or the powers that be or whatever, but obviously if you watch the media, there's a big tilt on fear, negativity. What does that do? That causes people to shrink, to hunker down, to react, to respond, to fight. And it's like taking some of your energy and feeding that whole system. The best way to beat the system is to not fight it, is to exit it, to not react, not respond, not feed it your fear. If you watch the news, can you just breathe and feel what's going on in your body? If it troubles you, I can watch the news now and whatever. It is what it is, and it's not about me. It just is what it is. And I do what I can in my personal world, right? And what's going on, you can't take that burden on your shoulders. You can try to, but watch how fast your body and your mind react to that, right? And so you don't deserve to take the weight of the world on your shoulders. So if you can breathe and stay in your isness, your presence, your breath, and just feel whatever emotions bubble up. Now, the other part of this, which is so, so beautiful, is that it's all happening to serve us. Like the first example, these things keep coming around. So if you have this pattern, it's coming up to be resolved, to be released. Same with the world. Right now, there's a lot of light blasting our planet. Yay! Okay, it looks like kind of crazy town, right? The Earth itself, Gaia, is releasing a tremendous amount of old energy. The heaviest stuff is spiraling out. The same thing is happening to your body. We're all, we are all expressions of the universe, and we're all connected to Gaia, and we all feel it. And as that's happening to the planet, it's also happening to your physical body. So oftentimes you might feel these old emotions, old stories, releasing old memories. And the key is to breathe and feel it all and really celebrate that it's leaving, but not get re-engaged to and re-identified with the old stories. As you stay in your presence, then you might see where it originated and go, oh, that's not me anymore. I'm not 3 anymore. I'm not on the playground. Thank you. I'm done with this now. I'm ready to really reclaim my light, reclaim my life, my body, my world, my natural birthright to enjoy every moment of life. You're always going to have, things that, quote, go wrong, challenges, your car breaks, whatever. Can you just breathe and say, just is. Just is. Now what are we going to do about it? This is the beauty of isness. Rather than it is good, it is bad, it just is. Here's the situation. It almost becomes where it's almost like I feel sometimes almost like a robotic response to things, because you're just like, this just is, that just is, not good or bad. You don't have an emotional reaction. As you clear more and more, you find at times it's like, oh, okay, well, we got a flat tire. What should we do? Oh, we'll call AAA, sit here, what can I do? Play on my phone, or, make phone call, breathe. The more you just allow this old stuff to purge from your body by breathing and feeling, you really do need to stay present in your physical body. The lighter and lighter you feel over time, and the less affected you feel, and you need not give your power away. It's your light, it's your life, it's your health. So why would you want to give that, especially to like the people that are trying to feed fear or anger or victimhood or whatever? It's the last thing that is going to really benefit you, right? So that is what I call true self-love. It's not the fluffy kind of which is also fun, to buy yourself a present or whatever. Go sit in the hot tub or take a hot shower, whatever feels good. Do that stuff too. But the real, deep, true self-love is not giving your power away, not giving your light away, not giving your energy to the outside world and to other people, and not letting anybody shrink you down, cause you to hide, to contract, to worry about what other people think or whatever. So that's all power games. And it's been really since the beginning of separation. And the beauty is, if you're listening to me here now, most likely you are transcending that completely in this lifetime. How cool is that? So don't be alarmed when your body is purging. Big lumps of emotions may come up. Just breathe through it and say thank you. Thank you. And goodbye. There are very deep energies embedded in our body. The more we become physically embodied, it goes through every part of your body, all the bones, all the tissues, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments. So be aware of that. And if you want to support your body, instead of, giving your power away out here, something you can do to benefit yourself is little movement, little breath, water, singing, dancing, but a little bit of movement to assist your body. Anything that you can listen to help you fully relax into yourself, into your presence, into your body, because that's what we're doing. We're coming back up fully into our bodies, all that light that we've given away. And it can feel a little funky sometimes, but just keep breathing and stay in your presence. Breathe and feel, breathe and feel, breathe and feel. Sounds too simple, I know, but that's really where it's at. Just keep breathing and feeling and staying right here. All right. I hope you enjoy reclaiming your light and your life more and more and more and more and more every single day, with every breath and every now moment. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Namaste.